Hello everyone, I am bringing you Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. Now this changes a lot of things from the original game, but let's jump right straight into it. I'm going to create a custom squad. I have some characters already made. I am going to, however, change them up a little. So, like, first thing is I'm getting rid of energy guns. They are really bad in the first half of the game. And it's kind of like you're just wasting a point. So I'm going to go with assault rifles for my second one. Or should I go sniper? I think I'm going to go sniper instead. So I have 2 snipers, 2 assault rifles, and a shotgun. I'm going to go with unlucky. I'm going to grab my friend Kitty. I'm going to grab my friend Shore and change her up a little. So the big reason I'm going with a lot of strength on her is because I am planning to make her more of a tank. There we go. And we're going to start off with shotguns. Shotguns are great at destroying cover. And that looks good. And that looks good. And spooky. So Kitty, as you can see, is my medic. Shore is my kind of a agility-based roguish character with all the safe cracking and bombs and stuff. She's the front line as well. And Spooky is, of course, the whole crafting thing. The whole engineer grease monkey. And we're going to go with Ranger. So I'm not going to skip voice dialogue and stuff, but, you know, I'm going to briefly skim through on the reading of the non-voice stuff. You can pause the video. This is a description of General Vargas.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate, too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a desert ranger.
So we are a bunch of scrubs. We have just barely gotten out of boot camp, and our first mission is to investigate what killed an elite captain. Kind of a bit of a rough assignment. Oh yeah, this super soldier just got killed. Your job is now to go investigate.
Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal. But sadly, Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen. Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got 1 ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger Teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one. The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers, specifically. It said it was coming for us. When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal. I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find them first. Don't know, but it wasn't on Ace's person when he was found. Look for it. It might have some clues as to his death. The mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found, and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find the repeaters, I may send you on to finish his mission. Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other. It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map. There you go. Yes, call in on your radio. Your radio is your lifeline to Ranger Citadel. We'll be calling you with alerts and updates on your current missions, and sending you new missions when we receive distress calls. As Rangers, it is your sworn duty to respond to those calls. That is the contract we made with the people of Arizona when we opened for business. Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls. If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in. The hard-ass approach, huh? Well, you might get what you want from some folks in the Waste through intimidation, but it doesn't always work, particularly with old hard-asses like myself. You want to kick down our doors, go ahead, give it a try. But I ain't pissing myself just because you growled at me. Good luck out there, recruits.
Doesn't matter which thing you do, he's always going to say, no, you can't come in. And I find the hard-ass one to be in the most comical. Now, you're probably sitting here thinking like, well, you only have 4 people, and earlier you said you were going to have 5. 2 assaults, 2 snipers, and 1 shotgun. Yes, I did.
Hey, Echo 1. Mind picking up that can over there for me? Think there's some water in there. He headbutted you right in the butt.
Actually, he missed. The reason I picked that up is that's just free money. And I forgot to pick up this. It shows the frontline girl, and she's going to be carrying the shovel. Now the shovel is something you're going to want to pick up because I haven't been able to find one outside of Ranger Citadel. And I'm not sure if you can buy one. So don't sell it. I did that on an accident. So what do we have? Ah! We'll distribute it all.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun. Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
Babies? Us?
Sorry, but you are. as cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die.
Snake, I know, is General.
Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time. Yep. He was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day. But I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in, shit, a decade, maybe? They all hurt, but this one... Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Fair and Brygo up in Vegas. When Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in Quartz. He'd pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. We sorted that out, and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise, and never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat, but I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now he's... God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble, I knew it. Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show and doing a damn fine job, while I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh? You noticed that, huh? Ace always said I wore my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, me and Ace, we were more than just old army buddies, if you know what I mean. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why I want to come with you.
I really wish they would show the Ace tattoo on her arm. That would have been awesome. I mean, you can see a tattoo on her arm, but there's just no Ace part.
He's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead or AWOL or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in, and we haven't heard from any. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much. Didn't make friends easy. Wasn't big on social graces. But he was as loyal as they come, and when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor, scary as hell. You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day, he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise, and he couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers. But Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the Wasteland ever since. Who'd have thunk it? Man, not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher, he'd know. He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. But then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. Should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him? An old military facility from before the war. And the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death. You weren't briefed on those fucks during your training? Well, let me fill you in. You know when we left the prison and moved here to the Citadel? Well, the Scorpions were the jerks who moved into the prison when we moved out. Just a bunch of rangers back then, but they've been getting more organized. Call themselves a militia now, and they try to act like they're the Desert Rangers of eastern Arizona. Well, that's a load of horse shit. The protection racket ain't the same as protecting people. They shake down all their towns for money, and if the locals don't kick in, they smash them up. The Rangers aren't like that. We get by on donations and good old-fashioned scavenging. Could be a nice little place if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about, but between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, it seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots. I don't really know the details. It's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about transmitters and north-south axis and signals bouncing off the clouds. Ask Woodson about it. He's a radio technician, Wade Woodson? Sure do. He's the guy that makes sure you can hear Vargas when you're out on patrol. Keeps the machines running and the signal clear. He'll also talk your ear off about circuits and frequencies and I don't know what else if you let him. But be nice to him. He's your lifeline to the base. Ace played me some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men, or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers. Saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the fuck does he have against us? Yeah, the base Cochise AI. Don't know what was wrong with it. Broken, I guess. It thought everybody was its enemy. Wanted to kill the whole planet. Basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds to the east. There are a few small towns and farms out there, which the Scorpions claim is their territory. Rangers used to patrol that area before we moved here, and we knew it pretty well. But a lot can change in 15 years. Who knows? Maybe it's all as clean and nice and crime-free as the Scorpions say it is. The edges of the map, kiddies. Big hot areas we can't get into without getting cooked to a crisp. The clouds move around some with the wind and the weather, but there are permanent hot spots on every side of us. North, south, east, and west. Until we started hearing those weird broadcasts, I kinda thought those clouds went on forever, and that Arizona was the last place on Earth. But maybe there's more people out there. Maybe the whole rest of the world's just fine, and we're the only ones in hell. Wouldn't that be a joke?
Say, listen. Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it. He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, we'd been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say?
Even though she says she's
Cool.
old and slow.
No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, all right?
Like, even though she says she's old and slow, she's actually really fast and really tough. She's usually the first one to go in battle from my group. I like it. She has like a 15% rogue chance from me, but that's kind of like 1 out of every 20 rounds. But then it's like my guns will say it has a 3% chance to jam. Then it jams like every other round. It's like 3% my ass. Is like that? Is that a 3% it won't jam? Now the nice thing is, if you get a critical fail with like lockpicking, your little repair person can fix it to give you a second chance. but a second critical fail seems to be all that's in for it. Joe's also my explosive expert, so we're gonna give her the dynamite right off the bat. Yeah, that's right. And it's just ammo. Damn it. A lot of pistol ammo. Nothing real useful. I believe that's everything here. Let me just double check real fast. And we'll begin the little quest to go find Ace's killer. Yeah, that looks like it. Nothing else you can loot here. I'm sorry, the first episode's a little on the boring stuff, but it does give you some nice info lore about the world.
Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in. Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure your radio is working. I'll be your dispatcher from here on out. I also wanted to give you a little... Remember, your main priority is to recover the repeater units Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters. We must, of course, bring Ace's killers to justice. But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal. Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world and how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figure the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out into the wastes. Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing. It is vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. We field those calls here and then dispatch whichever team is closest to the problem. 10-4, Echo.
I can do it the slow way or the fast way. I think fast is going to burn up water faster. Alright, so first combat too. Take a knee. Nice, nice. Perfect. Besides a little bit of ammo lost, we did really good. Now, not all the time will this be a combat situation. Sometimes there'll be traders on the road. And really, you kind of want to make a... I prefer just skipping it because, you know what, I don't have the money right now and ammo is very precious. But later in, you might want to just do it because skipping it is worth less XP than actually fighting it out. And a big problem I always have also with the fights is that it doesn't re-continue on your journey. You're just kind of like, oh, I'm out of luck.
Roger that, Echo 1. When you reach the area where Ace's body was found, give it a good going over. The folks that picked him up said it looked like he crawled there. Maybe you can find some tracks leading to where he was attacked. Copy? 10-4, Echo 1, and check in immediately with any new info.
So we're gonna activate our little thing. Now in the old game there was like a cave system here, but I don't think
I don't get shaken up easy. This place is sending shivers up my spine. God damn it, Ace. Why won't you let me come with you? Jesus. That's Ace's star. How did it end up way the hell over here?
So as you can see, she is my second assault rifle. So we got the assault rifle, sniper, shotgun. I want to set up. Yeah. Normally, you would want to just go talk with him, but, you know, I already know what he says. He's going to want to charge me money to get him by, and it's just easier to kill them. Look, victims! Shit. Oh, man. That's not good. There we go. I always hated the dogs. Shit. What? Aw, damn it. That's not good. Oh, perfect. Oh, shit. Oh, come on. Oh, I actually have to win. Who got the blade? Yes, we can scrap it for parts. Good. Angie ran out of ammo, so she's gonna get it all. And I should reload.
Well, let me tell you Matthias's law.
He didn't die
friend.
quite, at least.
Matthias's law is
Going
vengeance.
down fighting.
And soon,
Damn it, Ace.
Matthias's law will stretch all the way to Arizona and kill those so-called upholders of justice, the Desert Rangers.
Okay, nothing there.
That metal... It's a leg! For Christ's sake, what's going on?
Oh, perfect. I still very much disagree with the shotgun missing at point blank like I was having. Now, there's a reason I haven't healed my people. I am getting closer to level, and leveling up, I know on the lower difficulties will give you 100% HP regain. And also, if you don't have, it's like as long as you have a single skill point into those skills on this beginning part, you're pretty much guaranteed to succeed. And I literally think they're more designed to be done with someone with no skill points in those departments, but, you know, with your character creation, you might as well go with it. Kitty, you get all the medical supplies. A piece of crap wood. So here's your first experience with like a mini boss. little more up front because it's an assault rifle. Guess I'm gonna try to spread them out so they're not shooting each other. And with Shotgun Shore leading the charge. And I actually did hit with Shore. Oh shit, that hurt.
What kind of fool gets in a fight with someone whose last name is Death?
You can see the frog has a lot of armor. Yeah, just as I figured. Oh, perfect. Nope. Alright. Oh, oh, damn it.
Watch how it's done!
For sure, Shore is confused. Oh. I think it was Kitty that lost her gun. Let's just check real fast. Yes, it was. I'm quite glad Kitty... Oh no, Kitty's actually hurt. Damn it.
This is what killed him. Goddamn piece of...
Oh, a critical success. Nice.
I'm glad he's killed this fucking thing, but... I wish he was still alive so I could make it suffer. Looks like the robot only got one page of Ace's logbook. Don't say much. We should look around the area for more. Could be clues.
Gonna want to read these because they're somewhat important. So yeah, Ranger mode does make the enemies have a lot more HP and armor. So be prepared for a big fight. Lots of them actually. Like how I accidentally discovered there was dynamite on it without even knowing there was dynamite on it. And yeah, we gotta reload our weapons. Get everyone set up. I think Kitty wants to be a little closer. No, sure, you're just gonna sit over here. Take a knee. Okay, so that was the lightning thing. Shit, that's a lot of damage. But yeah, if I don't get auto-healed after leveling up, I am definitely going to be needing to spend a lot of med packs on healing my people. There's one last thing I want to do, and that is fix the actual radio tower. You're alright. There we go. The big reason I didn't do that earlier because throughout this entire map you're gonna just hear that Morse code and it gets annoying fast. Just constantly hearing beep 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 beep. Alright, cool. Shore is no longer confused. Good.
Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in.
Sorry about the little cut. Real life. Gotta love it.
10-4 Echo 1. Got an update for me? What? Well, I'll be goddamned. We haven't seen any synthetics around for almost 15 years. We better get a closer look at the tech. Mir Captain might be able to tell us where it came from. See if you can grab a piece of it and bring it back to Mir Captain the next time you're at the Citadel. That is Mir Captain's fancy word for smart robots. She calls them synthetic life forms, or synths. Basically, any robot that can think for itself falls into the synth category. Plain old robots are dangerous enough. Ones that think for themselves are a nightmare. Good, but our priority is still those repeaters. Now that you have them, I'm sending you on to complete Ace's mission, which was to attach him to the most powerful towers in Arizona, so we can get a fix on that mystery signal.
I'm not quite sure how I've start off with Ag Center.
Ag Center is due south of Ranger Citadel and very important to what we're trying to achieve. The researchers there are developing hardier plants and animals that will thrive in the harsh conditions of the waste. If it all pays off, we may see the day when nobody in Arizona goes hungry.
Experimental food. Yeah, like that isn't gonna go bad.
Talk to Matt Forrestal about hooking up to their radio dish. Used to be one of us. Now he runs things down there. That's good people. High Pool is at the most southern and eastern corner of our jurisdiction. They're a vital part of the stable society we've been trying to build here in Arizona. They provide clean water to us and many other communities and farms, maintain an emergency reservoir in case of drought.
See, here's the thing. You have water, which is necessary to live, 3 days without water and you die, versus experimental food that may or may not work out.
See Mayor Vikstrom there about using their tower. He knows you're coming. Used to be part of an old satellite relay system, from what Woodson tells me. Strongest transmitter in Arizona. They built their tower on top of an old crane. A bit unorthodox, but it gets great reception. Roger, Echo 1. Ranger Command out. Copy, Echo 1. This is Ranger Command. Echo 1, your team's recent progress merits a number of field promotions. Congratulations, Echo 1. You've done well.
Alright, so you don't level up or get, what's it called? You don't get free health when you level up. Honestly, I think the first thing I'm going to do is the sniper rifle, because you can't kill what you don't hit. Field medic is good for healing up people, but surgeon is good for, you know, like how Shoal was downed, and removing status effects like poison and stuff. Gonna put a point into the shotgun. Careful Hunter. Alright. I am curious about the perk. Careful Hunter. Let's see what that is. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, that's right. And I gotta get Kitty some skills. Oh sure. Like I said, I'm jumping everything into weapons right now for my first level. Because this is gonna be rough if I don't kill things fast. So time to heal everyone up. Yeah, 15, that should be good. But I'm not going to waste a med pack for 3. Yeah, that's actually 12 right on the dots. So we'll patch Kitty up to full health, and we'll call it an end of this episode. See you guys next time.